Hey guys, Max here. There are so many terrible financial habits that I have done personally, and I see now so many people do. Here are the 7 money habits that are keeping you poor and how to reverse those into good habits so you can start becoming rich. Yes, I mean rich, not just in money, but also in spirit. Here we go. Number one is eating out. Just bring your lunch to work. It's really not that hard. Make a sandwich, do something the night before, put it in the fridge. It's that simple. Yes, it's simple, but difficult. Think about this. If you spend about $100 per month eating out, that's about $25 a week. Doesn't seem like a lot, but if you do $25 a week, makes $100 a month, that means you're spending per year $1,200 on eating out. Now let me ask you this. Do you remember what you ate last Tuesday for lunch? The answer is no. These are so tiny little things that really do add up in the end. $1,200 a year, that's a lot of money. I remember when it was just me eating and I was fending for myself as a single person years ago, I was spending about $75 to $90 per month on food because I was eating every meal at home. Yes, lots of chicken and rice. Yes, lots of chicken and rice and a little tiny bit of salt and butter. Yeah, that was my delicacy, butter with the rice. And even if you don't eliminate all of it, imagine if you just did half of that. That's still $600 a year that goes back into your pocket for you to do other things other than just, where food goes after it goes through you. There are so many little smartphone apps, websites that will teach you how to make your food in 20 minutes, 30 minutes or less for the next day. It's really not that hard, but do it and your pocketbook will definitely thank you. All right, number 2 is drinking coffee out and about. All right, we're going to use the same formula here. If you spend about $4 per day on coffee, which is not even close to what it costs now, let's use easy numbers, $4 a day, every work week, Monday through Friday, is $20 a week. If you do that, it's $80 a month or $960 per year on coffee. Yes, that's a lot of money for a diuretic, I would say. Imagine if you took the $1,200 plus the $960, that's over $2,000 you've just saved by switching just 2 habits throughout your day. A coffee maker costs about $30. A French press costs even less than that. There are so many cheap ways on buying the coffee for your house. Buy the beans, grind them yourself. You can actually have the exact same coffee at home at a fraction of the cost. Or how about this? Drinking less coffee and switching the coffee for water. That saves some money. All right, number 3 habit that is keeping you poor is estimating how much money you're spending. The more you estimate, the less you know. The more you think about something but don't actually see the numbers, you're lying to yourself, and numbers do not lie. Start tracking your spending and actually create a budget for the first time. I created a really easy budget template. I would tell you to give it a try. It's for free. Go to maxmymoney.org/budget. Super simple. maxmymoney.org/budget. The link will be in the description. Go do it now. And the reason you want to do this is because not because you want to be constrictive or restrictive or an uptight person about money. The last thing you want to do is become stingy. Nobody likes a stingy friend, right? But you do this because you want to be able to accomplish your financial goals. You want to accomplish your financial freedom or just your financial competence. You want to know where things are going because if you don't know where things are going, you can't make any positive change to improve upon that. What do they tell you when you first go to Alcoholics Anonymous? They say you must admit you have a problem. And the same thing with the financial sphere. You must admit that you want to improve yourself. Once you get to that point and you admit you want to improve, that's when the fun starts. I made this template super easy to deal with. Go to the link in the description, download the template, and start inputting it. You can have a budget that is absolutely magnifico in about 5 days. I have 5 videos to go with it. It'll really help you. I promise you will thank me later. All right, number 4 habit that's keeping you poor is funding your lifestyle on credit cards. Those minimum monthly payments may seem like they're not eating at you, but I promise you, if you were to look at the chart between how much interest you're paying compared to how much principal, if I looked at that right now, my hair would turn bright blonde and oh my, I would look really ugly. You need to figure out a way how to constrict your lifestyle in a sense where if you're making $3,000 a month, you're spending $3,000 a month or below on your life. If you're spending more than that, there is a big windfall there. You need to figure out how to adjust your lifestyle so those credit cards are not picking up the balance. Because I promise you, between 10 and 25% interest rates are eating at you like crazy. Cut them up, find a way. Again, go back to the last step. down the budget and figure out actually where the money is going, because I promise you, you would be so surprised. People do this. Clients do this. And after the first month or so, they said, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I spent this much money on eating out. I thought I spent 100, but I actually spent 3. Yeah, your eyes will be opened, and you need to open your eyes to the inadequacies so you can start making progress going forward, or else you will be in a perpetual paycheck to paycheck cycle forever, and that is really stressful. So if you want less stress, you want to become stress-free when it comes to finances, download that template. All right, number 5 is spending no time on your finances. Now, you don't need to spend hours and hours a day, like, who does that, right? Definitely not me. I definitely don't spend hours per day. That's kind of a joke. I don't spend hours per day, but I do a weekly check-in. And I realize for most people, a weekly check-in is very doable. Spend 30 minutes, an hour, go through everything you spent and figure out where you did well, where you didn't do too well, and figure out what can you do this coming week to improve upon last week. Because the reality is, learning is this. Learning is seeing what you did and not making those same mistakes. If you don't actually improve upon those mistakes, you're not learning. You're a complete dummy. Don't be a dummy. Learn, make adjustments, and continue moving forward. So again, you don't need to spend all day and all night stressing about this, but a weekly check-in should be enough to help you continuing on your path forward. All right, number 6, poor money habit is financing a vehicle. And people are going to say, oh, but Max, I need a car to drive to work to make money, right? Well, do you need a brand new car? Do you need a 1-year-old car? Now, the answer to that question is almost always no, you do not. If you're thinking about buying a car and financing it, stop and really consider this. A monthly payment on a depreciating asset does one thing. Money out of your pocket, and your asset value is going down every single month. Now, if you can avoid that at all costs and pay a car cash, that's the most beneficial situation here. But if you have to finance it, try to do your best to find the lowest interest rates. I found the last car I semi-financed, I guess, it was about 2.5% over a 3-year term. Try to find a place where the term is really short as possible, so you pay the least amount of interest. The last thing you want is this. This is what most people do now. They get approved for a car, which is exciting, obviously. Congratulations. But they then extend the payments over 5, 6, or 7 years. To me, having a car and it's 7 years into it, the reality is your car is worth very little compared to what you bought it for. A $50,000 car over the next 7 years is probably only worth about half that over 7 years. Now, to me, that is mind-blowing. A monthly payment on a depreciating asset is not a good idea unless you have to do it. Now, for those who are already in this pickle, you can only learn for the next one. So this is the thing, though. Let's say you have a year left on your car note. Pay the next year. Good. The next following year, after you've paid off your car, keep making that same payment because you're adjusted to it, but put that into a sunk fund, a savings account, so you're prepared for when that car breaks down. And the other encouragement here is to drive that car into the ground. Yes, still do maintenance. Yes, still maintain it and buy tires, of course, the normal stuff of maintaining a vehicle. But drive that car until it does not go anymore, until it don't go no more. Drive that car until it cannot go another mile. Because then, if you do that for 1, 2, or 3, maybe even 4 years after the car's paid off, then you can be prepared and pay the next car cash. Then you're starting to create better financial habits, and you're really ready for when the wave comes. What you don't want to do is pay off a car, it breaks down, and you have to finance the car again. Or worse even, you have a car, you're close to paying it off, and you total it. Now you owe the car, and you have another loan on top of the other car. So if you can avoid buying a financed car at all, do it. And the other consideration is if you can avoid buying a car in general, registration, maintenance costs, insurance. There are so many. Believe me, if I didn't have a car, oh man, car is a large expense, and I don't even drive very much. I do work from home. If you can avoid a car, do it at all costs. All right, now the last one, number 7, is you care about impressing other people. All right, last one, and this is the one I have struggled with for pretty much my whole life, is you care about impressing others. Whether it be a designer bag, designer clothes, designer shoes, European cars, imported cars for that matter, anything that impresses someone you don't know and don't care about is something you should completely eliminate. It really doesn't matter what it is, whether it's clothing, something physical, a status symbol, a membership to a country club, a membership to a fancy gym. I had that for a long time. It's amazing. The fancy gym membership that cost me $100 a month, I eliminated about, I don't know, 2 years ago or so. That's $2,400 I now can put into something else, like another one of these cameras or another one of these computers, some equipment, or put it into something to invest. It's really something. Once I eliminated that, I realized I can actually work out at home for a while, and then I joined a $10 a month gym compared to $100. That's a $90 windfall difference there that I put back in my pocket every single month. Just to impress someone because I could take an Instagram photo and tag the location? Bad idea. Anything that you're doing to impress people you don't know and don't care about, or even for that matter, your family, do things financially that improve your financial capacity. My question I always ask myself, whenever I buy something or invest in something or whatever it may be, I think about, is this going to improve my financial life? If the answer is no, I have to really think very, very hard on whether I'm actually going to buy it or not. Because the reality is, if it isn't helping my financial future going forward, is it hampering my financial future? And I only want to keep on moving forward. That is my big MO. If anyone judges you because you drive a Japanese car and not a European car, is that really the kind of person you want in your life? I say no. Resisting pressure from society, from the Joneses, the proverbial Joneses who run this country, from people around you is very difficult, but I promise you, once you become a free thinker and only make decisions based upon what's great for you, your family, your situation, you will be so much more free. You will feel like the weight of the world has fallen off. And you'll be able to make decisions that improve your financial future and no one else. And that doesn't mean be selfish and everything. Obviously, be charitable. Obviously, give to causes you care about. But it comes to a point where, am I doing this because it's helping me or impressing someone else? If it's impressing someone else, stop doing it. All right, I want to hear you guys have to say, what is the worst money habit that you've seen either done in your own life or you see other people do it? I have done plenty. I've done pretty much all of these. Oh man, good times. But thankfully, I was able to improve, make a budget, and continue moving forward so I don't have to do any of these anymore. And that's where the big blessing is once you get the financial knowledge, it never leaves. It's like riding a bicycle. I haven't ridden a bicycle in a long time, but I imagine if I were to ride one again, I'd be able to stay on it. I should probably do a video about that to see if I can. But anyway, keep moving forward. Make a budget. Make sure to go to maxmymoney.org/budget. Make your first or your continuing budget. And I promise you, you will thank yourself later and you will thank yourself now. These are money habits that you can improve upon for the rest of your life. Once you get it early, oh man, you're in for good times. I will see you guys on the next one.